There are moments in history when even the strongest institutions are forced to confront something deeply personal, something unexpected, something emotional. And now, the royal family, an institution built on strength, tradition, and unity, finds itself facing one of those moments. Behind the grand palace walls, beyond the royal ceremonies and public appearances, lies a family navigating a crisis that has shaken them to their core. This is not just another headline. This is not just another royal story. This is a deeply emotional chapter, one that has tested loyalty, love, and the very foundation of the monarchy itself. For decades, the royal family has symbolized stability to the world. They have stood tall through wars, public pressure, and personal loss. But this moment feels different. This moment is quieter, heavier, and far more personal. Because when crisis strikes the crown, it doesn't just affect an institution. It affects mothers, fathers, sons, and brothers. It forces impossible decisions. It brings hidden emotions to the surface, and it reveals the human hearts behind the royal titles. As the world watches closely, the royal family must now confront not only public scrutiny, but private pain, and what happens next could shape the future of the monarchy forever. This is the emotional story behind the headlines, the truth behind the silence, and the crisis that has left the royal family forever changed. The British royal family has long stood as a symbol of continuity, strength, and tradition, an institution that has weathered wars, political upheavals, and personal tragedies. Yet, even within its historic walls, there are moments that test not just the institution, but the human hearts behind the crowns and titles. This latest emotional and unexpected crisis has shaken the very foundation of the monarchy, forcing its members to confront difficult truths, painful realities, and the delicate balance between family loyalty and public responsibility. For generations, the royal family has represented stability in an ever-changing world. Millions look to them for reassurance, inspiration, and unity. But behind the formal ceremonies, polished appearances, and dignified silence lies a family, one bound by love, memory, and shared history. And like any family, they are not immune to heartbreak. This crisis has not only drawn public attention, but has also created a deeply emotional chapter for those at the center of it. It has forced reflection, resilience, and an undeniable confrontation with the weight of legacy. The royal family's story has always been intertwined with duty. From a young age, its members are taught that their personal feelings often come second to national responsibility. This expectation, while understood, does not lessen the emotional toll that difficult moments can bring. The monarchy has survived for centuries, not because it avoided hardship, but because it endured it. Each generation has faced its own challenges, its own controversies, and its own moments of emotional reckoning. Yet what has always remained constant is the family's commitment to moving forward, together. At the heart of this emotional crisis lies a powerful truth. The royal family is not just an institution. It is a family bound by love, history, and shared memory. The royal family story has always been intertwined with duty. From a young age, its members are taught that their personal feelings often come second to national responsibility. This expectation, while understood, does not lessen the emotional toll that difficult moments can bring. The monarchy has survived for centuries, not because it avoided hardship, but because it endured it. Each generation has faced its own challenges, its own controversies, and its own moments of emotional reckoning. Yet what has always remained constant is the family's commitment to moving forward, together. At the heart of this emotional crisis lies a powerful truth. The royal family is not just an institution. It is a family bound by love, history, and shared memories. No figure embodied emotional resilience more than Queen Elizabeth II. Throughout her historic reign, she demonstrated unwavering strength, even during the most painful moments of her life. She experienced profound personal losses, including the death of her father, King George VI, which thrust her into the role of monarch at just 25 years old. She endured public scrutiny during family controversies and faced the heartbreaking loss of loved ones, including her beloved husband, Prince Philip. Yet, through it all, she remained a steady presence, her composure becoming a symbol of reassurance for millions. Those who knew her closely understood that behind her calm exterior was a deeply loving mother and grandmother. Her devotion to her family was unwavering, even when circumstances became difficult. This emotional crisis would have been deeply personal to her, not simply as a monarch, but as a mother and matriarch. Prince Andrew's journey within the royal family has been one marked by both privilege and controversy. Once seen as a confident and active member of the monarchy, his role evolved dramatically over time. For the royal family, this situation created an emotional and deeply complicated reality. It was no longer simply about public perception, it was about family. To the public, the monarchy represents tradition and accountability. But within palace walls, relationships are shaped by shared childhoods, private memories, and lifelong bonds. This dual reality created a profound emotional challenge. Family members found themselves navigating an impossible balance, maintaining the integrity of the monarchy while also confronting the personal pain of watching a loved one face public scrutiny. This was not just a public crisis, it was a deeply human one. As the current monarch, King Charles III carries a unique burden. He is not only the head of the institution, but also a father, brother, and grandfather. This emotional crisis placed him in an extraordinarily difficult position. Leadership often requires decisions that are painful. It requires the ability to separate personal feelings from public responsibility. Charles has spent his entire life preparing for this role, understanding that the monarchy must endure beyond any individual moment. Yet preparation does not eliminate emotion. Those closest to him understand the weight he carries, not just as a king, but as a member of a family facing one of its most challenging chapters. His quiet determination reflects his commitment to preserving both the institution and the dignity of those within it. Prince William represents the future of the monarchy. Throughout his life, he has experienced both privilege and profound loss. The death of his mother, Princess Diana, shaped him in ways that continue to influence his perspective today. He understands deeply the emotional complexity of public life. This crisis has undoubtedly reinforced his understanding of the delicate balance between family loyalty and institutional responsibility. William has always been known for his calm demeanor and thoughtful approach. He recognizes that the monarchy must evolve while maintaining its core values. His role in navigating this emotional chapter reflects his growing leadership within the royal family. One of the most challenging aspects of being part of the royal family is living under constant public observation. Every decision, every expression, and every silence is analyzed. The public often sees only the surface. They see the formal appearances, the official statements, and the carefully maintained dignity. What they do not see are the private conversations, the emotional struggles, and the human reality behind the headlines. This crisis has reminded the world that behind the titles are individuals experiencing genuine emotion. It has highlighted the emotional cost of public life. The royal family's legacy spans generations. Each member understands that their actions will shape how the monarchy is perceived for years to come. This awareness adds immense emotional pressure. They are not simply living their own lives, they are custodians of history. Every moment becomes part of a larger story. This crisis has forced reflection on what the monarchy represents and how it must continue to adapt. Despite the emotional difficulty, the royal family has demonstrated resilience. Resilience does not mean the absence of pain. It means continuing forward despite it. It means finding strength in unity. It means honoring both duty and humanity. This ability to endure has defined the monarchy for centuries. At its core, this story is not about titles or ceremonies. It is about family. It is about love, loyalty, disappointment, and forgiveness. It is about the emotional complexity of being human. The royal family, despite its extraordinary position, experiences the same emotional challenges that families everywhere face. This crisis has reminded the world of that truth. Every crisis becomes part of history. Every emotional chapter shapes the future. The royal family now stands at a moment of reflection. They carry forward the lessons of the past while preparing for the responsibilities of tomorrow. Their strength lies not in perfection, but in endurance. Their legacy lies not in avoiding hardship, but in overcoming it. And as they move forward, they do so not just as symbols of tradition, but as a family that has faced one of its most emotional and unexpected chapters together. In the end, what makes this moment so powerful is not the headlines, but the humanity behind them. The royal family represents more than tradition. They represent continuity, resilience, and emotional strength. This crisis has revealed their vulnerability, but also their unity. It has shown that even those born into history must still navigate the emotional realities of life. Their story continues, not defined by this moment alone, but strengthened by their ability to endure it. And perhaps that is the greatest truth of all. Behind every crown is a human heart, carrying the weight of both duty and emotion, moving forward, one step at a time.